Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's painting is the Enchanted Rose. This is actually one of my favorite Disney items in Disney movies. And next week, we'll be painting the Cinderella slippers as requested by Biron. Please do check out his channel as well. He does great impressions of people. So when I first started this whole painting hobby, this was actually one of the first things that I wanted to paint when I saw the movie poster, but it was a bit too complex for me then, and I'm kind of running out of ideas for things to paint, so I thought I'd just try to tackle it this time around. So what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of sketching out the whole background with a bit of pointy castles, some steel fans, and the legendary Enchanted Rose in the middle. Because this was supposed to be like a cold, dark winter night, I've only used several colors here, which is Prussian blue, pale grey, deep grey, and Mars black, and titanium white. Okay, so first I'm going to start with this. I'm not sure what you call it. I think it's a stone pedestal. I'm going to paint the top with titanium white mixed with Prussian blue, and it gets darker below. So this part onwards is Prussian blue, and here will be Mars black and Prussian blue. Next, I'll be working on these pointy castle tops in the background with Prussian blue and deep grey. Because the focus will be on the Enchanted Rose in the middle, in the foreground, so this doesn't have to be too detailed, but it's just to add a little bit of flair in the background, just so that we think or we feel like, oh, we're in the middle of this castle setting. I'm just kind of painting loosely right now, so what I want to do is just map out the whole background, and then I can work on the second layer to slowly zoom in the details. Now I'm working on the sky, just because we're working on the few same colors, it's kind of important to just add a little bit more to make it a bit lighter and a little bit darker. And right now I'm adding some steel fans to give it a little bit more dimension with Payne's Grey and Prussian Blue. Now that the first layer is done, I zoom in with a fine liner pen to give it a little bit of shading with pale grey and also a bit of Payne's Grey to darken some areas. I also apply a fresh layer of paint to go over the first layer so that it'll have a more polished finish. I'm doing the sky next. Since it's supposed to be a cold winter night, I'm using deep grey with a bit of Payne's Grey and Prussian blue for the top part, and for the bottom part I'm using titanium white mixed with Prussian blue and a little bit of deep grey. Because the colors are quite similar, so this will just give a faint idea of what the background looks like with the castles, and it doesn't have to be so detailed. It's kind of like a simplified version. Now I'm adding the steel bars. I'm going to darken it a little bit by adding just a drop of Mars black. And then I'm going to take the fine liner brush again just to add a little bit of pale grey for the finishing touch on the steel bars and on the castle behind to give it a little bit of a glow. Continue to add these thin lines with the same direction, so it'll be like a moon glowing from the left side. This is my favorite part, so dip a wet brush, into titanium white paint, and then just use your finger and flick the tip of it, so this will create this snowy effect. And once that is done, I'm just gonna touch up this stone pedestal a little bit more, and I'm gonna add more white on the top to give it a little bit more of a cold effect. Over here, originally I wanted to do a little bit of engravings, but it was a bit too much work, so I've just decided to keep it simple by doing a black outline there. Now for the main highlight and my favorite part, we're gonna use titanium white to draw the glass cover, and then I'm gonna use, for the rose, I'm gonna give it a little bit of shading by using dioxazine violet mixed with rose red first, and then I'm gonna use scarlet to give it that additional pop for the rose on top. Draw the leaves in metis green, and then I'm going to add a little bit more squiggly white lines here. This is supposed to give that kind of like ice frost on the glass, and just a little bit below here, and I'm gonna use my finger to smudge it so it has that very kind of frosty cold effect. and also smudge around the glass as well from where the squiggly lines are. And that's about it. Final touches just for the rose petals dropping off. I'm using Scarlet, and now it's finished. Just peel off the tape and it's done. I hope you like this simple painting. This was actually quite fun to paint. I think I might start a Disney series next. So anyway, I hope you like this painting, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.